Thank you very much. It's the first time when I'm in this European Foundation company, so it's a pleasure to see you all. My name is Heidi Hautala, and I'm the co-president of the Green European Foundation, now again back in the European Parliament after 3 years in Finnish politics and in government. I think the lesson that I would draw from these elections is that the raison d'etre for us European political foundations is even more important and the challenge bigger than it has been perceived previously. That we could, at least to some part, play a role in bridging the gap between citizens and European institutions. But I think it's very true what our moderator Lisbeth has just said, that even looking at European elections, you have to sort of go to the field. It's the Brussels bubble simply, which is so convenient for us, is something that can be very deceptive. And I just thought when I was walking down Rue de la Loi that when you meet with someone and you hear the words draft version, you know that you're in Brussels, you're in the Brussels bubble. And I told my director, Marina Barbalata, that I wouldn't hear these words on my country road. And she said, this is not a country road. But so how could we perhaps together look for some ways out of this gap where trust, I would say the erosion of civic trust is a major obstacle for European integration, which has a very strong, let's say, argument in the further globalization. How can we show that the European Union is also defending the little man, every man, every woman, every child? That it's not just something that is portrayed now by populist parties as the enemy of democracy and the sort of something which is always hungry for more and more powers that are away from member states. Now, I also believe that the Spitzenkandidat phenomenon was very useful. But we also saw that the challenge is enormous to make this Spitzenkandidat and really sort of welcome and sort of homely in our member states. But I was very grateful for the Green Spitzenkandidat, Ska Keller, who sort of gave a little bit of a different face to Europe. Of course, not in mass. She didn't get mass attention, but she got a lot of good remarks and praise for her straightforward talk, which did not deny that there are problems at the European level, but she clearly portrayed the European Union as a possibility. Now, after elections, I believe it will be very, very important to find good majorities in European politics, including and notably in the European Parliament. And I very much hope that there will be a broader coalition, a broader cooperation, a broader majority than what have we seen in the past few days. People's Party, SD and ALDE. I must say that on behalf of my group, I felt very uncomfortable when I saw how the Don't principle for the first time, to my knowledge, was sort of really rejected in the European Parliament, and it was declared that one of the political groups, EFDD, should have no right to get into responsible positions. I mean, the question is that what are the criteria whereby we judge each other? And I believe that the only criteria that we could use by excluding whole political parties and party groups is that if they are so deeply violating, let's say, fundamental values which are enshrined in the treaties, then I think it would be clear. But in this case, I think this was not so. And I would like to hear from colleagues what kind of road ahead lies ahead of us if this is going to be the way of forming European majorities. But I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic that Mr. Juncker, which obviously will get the Commission's presidency, that he will also welcome broader majority. So I don't think this has to be the case for the coming 5 years. So perhaps these remarks leave me with a feeling that we also could discuss a little bit how democracy within European institutions and between the political parties could develop.